What's good, family? It's your boy BKJ. We are back in the building. I'm so happy to be back with y'all to chop it up, man. I hope everyone had an amazing Valentine's Day, Valentine's weekend. I know a lot of y'all went out of town and did some special things. So yeah, man. Big up to the lovers, man. This is definitely lovers season, and yeah, I'm glad that y'all were able to give, show, and receive the love that you all deserved. But we are back, man. I definitely want to first send prayers out to everyone that's going through right now. Whether it's financially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and definitely physically. Let's pray for everyone that's in Texas right now. They are going through it, man, and we just want to send prayers their way. We just pray that God sends them the comfort and the means that they need to get through. But yeah, man, we're back and we're doing well, and we want to continue with the conversations, man. Thanks for everyone who's been tuning in, subscribing, and commenting. Thanks for everyone for purchasing the merch, the Smoking Bean merch. I'm so proud of that, and thanks to everyone who supported. And yeah, just stepping into just their creative zone, man, and that's what it's about, man. Step into the creative zone, the Smoking Bean way, and yeah, let's continue to be great together. So again, my co-host Coffee is in the building. He's right here. Let me reach over there because he like to always come on. You know, he's always in the building. What's up, bro? All right. And we're just gonna talk about, man, the topic today is having the hard conversations. A lot of times we avoid the hard conversations because we want to avoid conflict. We don't want to make someone feel uncomfortable. We don't want to have an argument, or we don't want to face what we've been through, what we're going through. We try to, just push those feelings aside and hold them in. And a lot of times that can be very damaging to your relationship and to you, because the more you hold things in, you leave things boiling over, and then before you know it, it's an explosion. Whether it's mentally, emotionally, you just shut down, you break down, and you take it out on the people that are around you. And so we have to start having these hard conversations. A lot of times, the first thing you think is with your spouse or an intimate relationship, but no, it can be, professional, it's social. Even the hard conversation with yourself. A lot of times we don't want to have that conversation because, we look ourselves in the mirror and say, man, like, you got to get yourself together, and we have to really sit down. Nobody can tell you like and sometimes we want people to kind of always celebrate us and give us praise. And then when they start to give us constructive criticism, yeah, we take it and we take that advice. But it's not until we sit down with ourselves and say, you know what, I need to lose this weight. I need to get myself mentally back in a good place. What can I do? What can I put in place to help me be better in this area or that area? So, we have to have the hard conversations with ourselves as well. But I think a lot of times we avoid even having that conversation in the beginning when we meet people, whether it's at an interview. A lot of times, I know we've been in interviews, and after they gave you their spiel about, the company, how awesome and great it is, and the pay, and those are the things you want to hear, they always ask you this one question at the end. Do you have any questions for us or concerns? And out of what? I don't know, out of fear or just don't want to, ruffle any feathers or make anybody uncomfortable or ruin your chances. We say, no, I'm fine. We ask the surface questions, but we don't really get into detail about what we really need to ask. Like, hey, if you know you can't work on Sundays because you have church and you lead worship in the mornings and from this time to that time, these are the times where you need to, they're not necessarily hard conversations, but they're conversations and things that you need to bring up. Instead of now later on, you have to kind of knock on your boss's door and say, hey, you might have Sunday open off, because I have to do this or that, or I have to pick my kid up at this time. See, these are the things you should have said before. Now, they're like, well, you said you was available and blah, 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 and this and that. So have those conversations when they're given to you, when you are given the opportunity. Say what you feel. Even when you meet somebody and you're dating, I mean, that right there, I think we don't take advantage of those opportunities enough. Like, we're sitting at dinner with somebody and we're dating. I don't know. I've been off the dating scene so long, but I can remember meeting people, and people are gonna show you who they really are in the beginning. They can fake it for a little while after a few conversations, but after a while it's gonna come out. And these are the times where you need to start having these conversations about family, about just their way of life. Like, if you're a believer and you're trying to live a Christ life, a Christ-like life, or just walk a righteous path, the best you can, and the person that you're dating, they want a more casual relationship, where they just want to have casual sex. They want to just kind of be in this thing and see where it goes. These are the conversations you need to have. You can't let that stuff slide, because it's gonna affect you both. There's gonna be a tug of war, and somebody's gonna win. The strongest person is gonna win in that situation, and you don't even want to have that battle every day. You're trying to be a certain way, and they keep touching on you and trying to entice you and making it hard for you. And until they get their way. And sometimes we feel obligated. I know I've talked to a few people who were in relationships, and they wanted to kind of wait, and they didn't want to really have sex and do those type of things, but felt pressure from the person that they were with, and wound up doing it because they felt obligated. Yeah, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend. So after a while, you feel that pressure of having to do it, so you do it, and you shouldn't have to be with somebody that forces you to do something you don't want to do. That's why you have to have that conversation early. Hey, this is what I want. I want a more serious relationship. I want to, my relationship with God is very serious to me, and I want to continue to try to walk a life and live a life that represents who He is, and whatever that is, however you want to explain it. And, let that person know from the beginning, this is where I'm coming from. So if you want to have more of a casual relationship, that's not what this is going to be. So, let's go ahead and part ways, no hard feelings, because there's nothing wrong. Some people just want, hey, I just got out of a relationship. Whatever your situation is, you don't want nothing serious. You just want to have some fun. You want to date. You want to, do whatever. And that person may not be it for you. So, but a lot of times what we do is we settle and we compromise what we believe and wind up seeing the good things in that person. Because, I don't mean that they're a bad person. Like, wow, they're funny, they're smart. Oh, man, they're nice looking. You know what? Let's give it a shot. And then before you know it, you're in a situation where you're compromising and doing something you really don't want to do. The same thing with family. If you want a family and somebody that you're talking to, because 9 times out of 10, there's a lot of people that already have children, and they may already have 1 or 2 and saying, you know what, I don't want any more. And that's women and men. Some women like, I'm done, and men, they don't have any. They want a family, and these are the conversations you need to have, the hard conversations, because this can determine whether we move forward or not. I want a child or 2, and you have 2, and you're saying you don't want any. This may not work, but you have to let them know that from the beginning, because then you'll end up in that relationship. You're like, yeah, I want to have a baby, and it's like, I told you I didn't want anymore. I'm not having anymore. So now you're in this relationship and you're resenting and you're regretting and and you didn't have that conversation, or you had the conversation and you didn't take that person seriously, and you compromise. So, you have to be able to talk about what's important to you, and have that conversation. And they're not all gonna be like hard conversations, but they're conversations that need to be had. And even in your relationship now, me and my wife, we're good at communicating what we feel. A while ago, I used to hold, and I'm a good communicator, but I used to communicate certain things at my own time. And we agreed, look, if something is bothering you, let's just say what it is, so we won't have to go through the day just with this tension. Just say it. This bothered me, or this bothered you. I didn't like when you said that, and it made me feel this way. Because a lot of times we're in our own head, and when a person responds and they like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean it like that. I thought you knew, blah blah blah. You knew I was playing, or you knew I was joking. And once you hear that, it's like, oh, okay. I just wanted to let, and then I get to going back to being normal. So it was like the saying, like I always tell myself, and this helps me through, how you respond determines how fast you recover. So I can respond and be angry and mad all day, and now I messed up the whole day and messed up the whole energy because I'm, not wanting to talk about how I felt, instead of saying, you know what, this is how I feel. Let's talk about it, get it over with. Or it may not even be something we can get over with quickly, but at least we're discussing it. And then, we can come up with some solutions moving forward. So we're big on that now, and it actually helps. So, if you're not doing that, I suggest, you add that into your relationship, just communicating and sharing what you feel immediately. If not right then, at some point, but just don't let it linger. Don't let it linger. Have that hard conversation because, and just to give you an example, my wife, she always tells me that whenever she suggests things, I always shut it down. And I'm always like, nah, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. And she's like, why you always do that? So this last time I did it, she suggested something for my son, Justin, and I'm like, nah, he ain't gonna want to do that. And she said, you always do that. Every time I suggest something, you shut it down. And even if we decide to do it later, your initial reaction is to shut it down. And I don't like how that makes me feel. I don't like when you do that. And I said, whoa, I couldn't say nothing because I was like, I do that. I do that often. And we went into talking about it, and I explained why. And it's usually because I'm thinking about myself. I'm being selfish. I'm thinking about the work that I have to do, or the place I have to go that I really don't want to go to, or, I'm thinking about when she's thinking about something for my young son. I'm like, no, because I'm, and I'm like that parent, like this is my fourth child, I know, but, I'm learning to take some new approaches to things as well. And it's like children at certain ages, their attention span is only 2 minutes. So to spend money and to do this and take them here and put them in this when they really gonna just be happy about it for one day, I'm like, that's a waste. But who am I to say? That may be an experience that they remember, and that may be something that they get into, even if not now, they may get back into it. So I had to realize that I need to stop doing that. Your suggestions are just as important as mine. And it was that discussion that made me say, you know what, I'm gonna try moving forward to respond differently. And because I can't be better in that area if she don't tell me what makes her it wasn't that made her upset, but it bothered her. And the same vice versa. We can't make each other better if we keeping this stuff to ourselves. I can't be better, and she can't begin to feel better about suggesting things, because what happens is if people keep getting a certain response, they'll shut down. If you keep giving love and love is not received, eventually you're gonna shut down. If you keep suggesting something and that's shut, then you're like, I'm not gonna suggest anything, or I'm not gonna ask you anymore. I'm not gonna communicate. Just like you tell somebody to communicate, but then when they communicate, your response is like, whatever. Oh, you acting like whatever. That ain't even that serious. See, now that person is going to shut down. They're not going to communicate with you anymore, because you're supposed to be their safe place where they can vent, where they can communicate and share what they feel, especially men. Men, we don't communicate much. So when we do, women, accept that. Listen, it may be silly to you. It may be nothing. We may be being dramatic. A lot of us, man, we're dramatic. Oh man, it was, we can be dramatic in some ways. But so what? Let us be dramatic, because it's not many times that we express ourselves in that way. So just listen and allow us to vent and share what we feel. And same thing, men, women have no problem with sharing that, but some do. Some people, like I said, are in the state where they have shut down and they are not going to open back up. So you have to make them feel comfortable. And how you do that is you listen. You say, hey, I'm here to listen. Is anything you want to talk about? And that's how I, try to deal with those type of situations in my relationship with my wife. Just have an open forum. If something bothers you, let's have the hard conversation. Same thing with my children. I can go on, with your family. There's a lot of family members that we just need to sit down to have the hard conversation with, man. I mean, families split, or we don't talk as much anymore for whatever reason, and we blame it on because, we busy, but it's really something, that happened that you just don't want to talk about. And sometimes we have to sit our parents down. We have to sit our siblings down, our whoever, your uncles and your, families. There's some things that happen in some families that need to be discussed. And a lot of times for whatever reason, we tend to try to hide these things or keep them to ourselves or protect ourselves from bringing it up again. But it wound up shaping our character and how we respond to other people, how we receive love and or don't receive love, how we don't give love, or how we interact. So it's a lot of things. And it's not until we have these hard conversations that we're able to heal. We have to speak to our offender, in a certain setting, and let them know, not to make people feel bad. It's not to be like, hey, you should pay for what you did or how you made me feel or whatever. I just need to let you know how that made me feel so you won't do it again, so you won't do it to someone else, or so this makes me feel uncomfortable every time you come around. And I need to tell you that because I want you to stop doing it. But it's not until the person is not going to know that it was wrong, or in some situations they know it was wrong. But some things, people just don't know, is how they act, is how they move. And that's a lot of things with me I had to learn. It's how I move, the way I talk, and the way I responded and act with women. I had to learn, like, hey, there's some things I have to move different. I have to talk different. I'm married, so I can't respond that way. And even though it don't mean anything to me, it's not appropriate. So I had to put these things in place. And it's not until it was brought to my attention that I was like, wow, like I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? This is just how I've been throughout the years. So, you need somebody to sit you down sometimes, man. And sometimes you need to sit someone else down and have that conversation. Mom, dad, this is how I felt, when y'all got a divorce. I had to have that conversation as well, with my parents. And now, our relationship always been wonderful, but there was still some things that I needed to get out. This is how I felt. I was a young teenager, and then when y'all split, it made me feel like I was on my own, even though I had family that took me in and gave me a place that I can call home. I still was on my own, and I moved like I was on my own. So that made, so I moved to Charlotte. I did my own thing. People did, I didn't reach out to people. I did my own thing. Even to this day, I do my own thing. And we are a product of what has happened to us sometimes, and it's not until we let that stuff go that we can kind of change and move a little different, welcome people in, learn how to receive love, learn how to be still. Sometimes things that happen to us have us running around from relationship to relationship because we don't want to be the one hurt. So I'm gonna hurt you first, not intentionally. You just doing this because I want to have multiple situations going on. So if this one doesn't work, I already got this going on. So it's not until you have that conversation about how something made you feel to your offender that you can really heal and try to change in that area. So I encourage everyone, man. If it's professional relationship, if it's intimate, and even if it's personal, if it's yourself, man, sit yourself down or have that conversation with your coworker. Hey, you be saying a lot of racial stuff, and it may seem funny, that jokes, it may seem funny, but it's not funny to me, man. It's not funny, and I would appreciate it if you stop, because it makes me feel uncomfortable, and and say it like you mean it. And if that person cares, they would say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. And they want to act like like they don't care. Then you have to have another conversation, you know what I'm saying? And that conversation might have to be out in the parking lot. I don't know, that's how I would handle it. But yeah, that other conversation, you ain't gonna like that other one. But at least I told you and I gave you an opportunity to stop, because it bothered me. With your family and even with your relationship at home, man, you have to, hey, I need more from you. We're in this relationship and it seems like it's one-sided, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or make you feel bad, because what you're doing may be all it may be the best that you're doing, but hey, this is what I need. And if you love me, you would add a little extra to what you're doing and listen to what I need. Men, the same thing, man. We need to start communicating. A lot of times we're letting our wives off the hook and accepting mediocrity in our relationships from our wives and from our husbands. But I'm talking to the men now. We're accepting, hey, our wives not doing all that they can for us because we don't want to express ourselves. So we just sit, and that's why a lot of men, we start getting on sites and we start talking on the phone to other people. We find these other relationships outside of ours because we don't want to we don't want to have the hard conversation with the person that we with. No, have these conversations, babe. Like, yo, I need you to, I need more. And a lot of times we think it's sex, and that's the big issue. But I mean, there's other things. I need more of this. I need more of that. I need some more support. Every time I come up with an idea, you always acting like it's dumb, or you don't support me when I'm trying to do this, whatever it may be. Guys, start communicating and having that hard conversation. Hey, take care of me more. I need you, I'm your king, and I want to treat you like a queen, but I can't be a king if you don't treat me like one. I'm a king, but I need you to treat me like I'm the king. I need you to treat me like I'm the man of this house, and I want to do the same for you. It's not a one-way street. It's not I do for you and I work and I bring the money and I take care of you and allow you to go on trips and do all of this stuff, and then I'm not getting nothing in return. I've been on my feet all day. Hey, if you don't want to rub my feet, at least set up something where I can go get it done. My back hurt. I've been lifting. I've been working hard. Rub my back. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Men, have these conversations, man, because they can't be better, or they won't know that they need to be better in a certain area if we don't tell them. And not telling them, like demanding them, but just saying, hey, These are the few things I would wish, you would work on. These are the things I need. And I might just need it for a season. I may not need it forever. This is just what I need right now. So yeah, let's have these hard conversations, man, so we can heal first. Secondly, so the person that we with can understand, so it can stop. And then y'all can build moving forward. Y'all know how to respond with each other. And that comes with time. You learn, you communicate, because we all gonna come across something. Like, and that's the beauty about marriage, that's the beauty about any relationship. As we grow with each other, we learn different things about each other. And the relationship starts to get closer and start to grow longer when you communicate with me. I start to know you. Okay, yeah, you didn't like that. Nah, bro, chill. I don't play that. People start playing, I don't know, whatever type of jokes. I'm quick to be like, yo, I don't play that. Don't. That wasn't funny. And you can say that and be like, oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? But now they know. And if they want to keep on, now that's a different conversation, like I said, or maybe we just can't be friends. But real friendships, they last long like that because they're able to be real with each other and share what each other feel. My wife has a friend. She has a few friends. I mean, and I'm kind of envious because I've kind of left a lot of my friends in New York. When I left, I didn't stay in communication. But again, that's just me. That's what I do because of what has happened to me. I'm a product of what has happened. So I cut people off. I can cut people off without a problem. And I'm trying to be better and with that and stay in communication with people that I consider friends and family. But I love that my wife has friends that she's had for, man, over 20 years. So, I mean, since high school. Like, she has one friend she's been friends with since second grade. That's crazy. And I'm sure over time they had to have these conversations and they had to be real with each other and honest. And that's what you have to do, man, to keep these relationships. Because every year, every month, you're gonna come across different things, and you have to be honest. Hey, best friend, like you wasn't all the way with that one. You know what I'm saying? Or you was tripping. You need to chill, whatever. And that friend will accept that. If they really your friend. So let's have the hard conversations, man. Let's have the conversation. If it's not a hard one, let's at least be communicating and sharing what we feeling so we can heal. So yeah, that's what I got. I know, it seemed like I got so much more to say, but I don't want to hold you too long. But hopefully this helped. Hopefully it helps people to just say, you know what, I need to talk to that person that hurt me. I need to talk to that person that made me angry or offended me. I need to talk to that person that molested me. I need to talk to that person who made me feel uncomfortable every time I came over. I need to get this out. I need to, so I can heal. So, we have to. And it comes with time. And I'm praying for everyone that are in those type of situations that need an outlet, and they've been going through and they've been depressed, and whatever they've been going through is something we all go through in different ways. So I can't understand your hard conversation, just like you may not be able to understand mine. But I really, really encourage you to just talk to someone and get it out, because I want us all to be able to be mentally and emotionally healed from whatever has offended us in our past, or even offended us in the moment. So yeah, let's do that. Let's continue to talk, chop it up. I like to talk, so I don't have no problem with sharing what I feel. I just want to do things a little different in different areas. So we all can be better. Let's continue to be better together, man. So thank y'all for listening. It's another episode of the Smokn Bean. And continue to subscribe, share, like, leave me some comments about the conversation, whether you agree or not. Just shoot me your ideas and your opinions about it. And yeah, man, we're gonna keep grinding, man. Let's get to the top together. And I appreciate y'all support, man. Love y'all. Praying for y'all. All right, I'm out.